Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the LyteByte Studios gaming podcast. I am your host, Joe, and over here we have Aaron.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, so before we start, is there anything important you think we should say? Anything notable? I
Uh,
can't think of anything.
no, I can't think of anything. I thought I was gonna be in trouble for a second. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to
No,
remember something. You didn't tell me anything before we started. Oh my God, you freaked me
no.
out. Don't do that.
Actually, yeah. Something you may be noticing. This is the first video that you're seeing or hearing
Hearing.
where Aaron has a new mic.
Oh yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've already recorded stuff with it,
We've
but they won't
recorded
have seen
stuff.
it. But
Spoiler. One of the fucking videos yeah, you'll know when I recorded it and when we uploaded it. So, uh, but yeah, this is the first thing that people are hearing with my new microphone.
yeah,
Yay. Hopefully it's
sounds
not too
different, but
obnoxious.
doesn't sound bad.
I noticed I sound a little quieter in the test recording. I sounded a little quieter than I had on the all the other ones. But now hopefully they won't be able to hear like any obnoxious beeping that comes from my headset whenever it gets low on power. And I can charge it while I'm recording now instead of having to charge it before, because for some reason the microphone picks up the charging cord rubbing against like my chair or something, and it's really obnoxious. But anyway, they don't care about me, Joe. Why'd you have to mention me? They just want to hear the gaming news.
Yeah, and of course, going into the stories, I think the big thing, of
Mm-hmm.
course, is the Switch is out. The Nintendo
Nintendo
Switch.
Switch. Ooh, cool.
And so yeah, pretty much if you have the Switch, the, one of the things pretty much everyone's gonna have is Breath of the Wild because that
Oh
is
yeah.
literally the only worthwhile thing that's out so far.
Oh yeah. New Zelda game. Open world.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. I don't have a Switch, so
I don't either. I don't plan
I
on
mean,
buying one because Aaron is a poor boy.
yeah.
Not too poor. Like I can afford games, but I can't afford an entirely new is it technically a console, or is it like an
It's a
accessory?
it's a console and a handheld at the same time.
Okay, so
It's very
I can't afford it is the bottom line here. And I can't
yeah,
afford like new games and stuff.
yeah. It's
It's
three
not in the
hundred dollars,
budget.
and then you have to pay $60 for games and
Yeah, yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
expensive.
fun fact: don't try to eat the cartridges of the
Do not
games.
do not
They
consume the cartridges, people.
they they put this like really bitter like
It's a,
chemical thing. It's like non-poisonous or anything,
no,
but
it's
they put
just
it on to prevent people from eating it because
to,
people are stupid.
because people are stupid. I think it's mostly to uh, discourage small children and babies from eating it. Mostly,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, but
bittering
then
agent. It's like what they do with like how you train a puppy not to chew on like a sofa or a chair, because puppies will
yeah.
fucking chew on anything when they're teething or whatever. You just spray some crap on it and it tastes bad, and they're like, I'm not gonna do that again. And then they do it
Yeah,
again
yeah,
because they're dogs and they're just dumb sometimes.
yeah. But then because they did this, now you have a whole bunch of people on like YouTube or whatever, doing it just because.
Ugh,
And it's
gosh.
like,
Haha, free views. I can't taste anymore, but free views. Woo.
yeah,
Clickbait. Eat a
yeah.
click.
So, but while a lot of good things have been come out about Breath of the Wild, I have actually heard like a lot of problems with like the actual console itself. Like, right now they can't transfer data. So, say you have a save file, you can't like put it on someone else's Switch. And there's no like
Hmm.
cloud saving, so if something were to happen to the device that stores everything, like everything is just gone.
Well, bye bye, all my progress.
Yeah, yeah. People are getting like blue and orange screens of death. That's never fun.
Oh boy.
But hey, at least you got multiple
Now,
colors now.
now they're orange. Yeah, at least now they're orange too.
And also, like apparently, because like the way the Switch works, like you've seen it, right? Where it's got the screen and then the
No,
two controllers on the side connected to it.
I've not seen it because I have
You
not been
haven't.
hyped up for it, because I'm not gonna buy this. Why do I care?
I mean,
So
still, it's a big thing. But I like
yeah, I know
so
it's a
so
huge thing, but
it's kind of like a tablet
I'll go
screen, and then
I'll
you've
go
got
Google it right now.
yeah, and then you got kind of like two Wii remote type things on either side. And
Uh-huh.
apparently, while the right one doesn't have that many problems, apparently there have been a lot of people having problems with specifically the left controller part.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Oh, I see. It's like a fuck. Yeah, it's like a little. Oh, okay, cool. I
Yeah,
see now. I see what it looks like, and I can see how. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense that like they're like having only problems with the left side, but I can see like what you mean now.
hmm
Maybe it has something to do with it's the left side. So that's the arrow. It's got the arrow buttons on it. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know.
Oh, the point
Whatever.
is, while I appreciate Nintendo doing things like this, at the same time, like seeing the pictures of people like holding that controller, like that control, it's too small. That's too small for my
It's
hands.
too small for my gigantic hands.
I know, like,
My mongoloid hands will not be able to.
well, yeah, no, after like using things like, especially like the Wii U, because I have that and I've used that, and
Yeah,
that's a
that's like
pretty
a
big
giant,
thing.
giant
Yeah,
gamepad.
yeah,
Like,
and then like recently I went and like I had a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Color and I was using both of those and they just feel so tiny and like it doesn't feel right.
I know
Of
what you
course,
mean.
again, also, I mean, along with that, the last time I used them I was like, you know,
Yeah,
12.
yeah, much younger. I know what
Yeah,
you mean,
so
dude. Uh, now I have my 3DS XL, not the new one, but like an older
mhm,
one. Uh, the other day I found my old DS Lite and my DSi, and those
mhm.
things were like, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is like the size of my cell phone. I was like, wow, holy crap, this is small. How did I ever play on it? And I started up a game and I was like, wow, I can barely even see that. Like, I think it's just, I think it's partially just get used to like the
Yeah.
size of it. I don't know, maybe. Like, that's the norm, and then anything smaller is just not acceptable. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's not even like a thing you have to get used to. It's just if you experience something different, it feels weird because at Christmas I got a Kindle Fire and I like I was using that to like play some games or read some books. And then
Mm-hmm.
like I eventually like I was like I'm gonna dust off the Wii U and start using that a little bit.
It
And
dusts
like
off the
the
Wii U.
screen, like I mean the whole thing itself is big, but the screen was actually it just felt like really small afterwards because I was using, Kindle, which is a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just weird.
It's just I didn't even know. Like I legit thought they only had Breath of the Wild on the. Like I didn't even know there were any other games. I guess it makes sense because they're not like
Yeah,
ported over to it yet. But I
yeah,
don't
there's
know.
only like 10 games though, and like Breath
Yeah,
of the Wild's
don't
like the only major one.
don't worry. Knowing Nintendo, that will change very fast because Nintendo will make it if the people will buy it.
Yeah,
All right.
well, unless it's like Amiibos, then
Well,
they make one and say that they'll make 100. But
yeah.
anyway,
All right. Moving on.
yeah, now
We have
this
dwelled.
this episode is very much about trailers because for some
Lots of
reason,
trailers.
just so many trailers.
Lots of trailers, dude. Well, lots of new games coming out, man. Or
Yeah,
new things coming out. New cool stuff. I already see one on the list here that I know you're gonna dwell on for a long ass time. So,
I'm sorry.
uh, don't
You
worry,
can talk
guys.
about you can
We'll
talk
have a
about these two,
we'll have
whatever
a
little bit you
thing.
want to put.
We'll have a thing on the screen. It's gonna be labeled Skip Joe's Mass Effect spoilers. Mass Effect speech rant thing. Don't worry, guys. I got you. All right.
Yeah, let's see if you
Continue.
actually do that.
No, I'm lazy. I'm lazy, dude. You know me, I'm lazy. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
fucking do that. That's too much effort. Alright, Escapist 2.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
prison escaping game. Got a
yeah.
trailer for that, and I don't know. I never played the first one. I watched quite a bit of gameplay for it, and it looked okay. Not something I necessarily wanted to get, but hey, maybe the
Yeah.
sequel will be better.
Hmm. I don't know.
And
Never
then,
played it. I've seen The Escapist. I've seen it like on the front page of Steam before, like during Christmas sale and stuff like that. I mean,
mhm,
not saying I wouldn't play it, but I mean, I've never played it. I'm sure it's
mhm.
good. I mean, obviously it's good if they were gonna make a second one.
Yeah, and I mean they made like a whole lot of DLC for it. Like there was actually like a Walking Dead DLC for the Escapists.
Huh. Well, that's how you know it's successful. It's got a shit
Yeah.
ton of DLC. All right. Well, we'll have the link. I guess will be down in the description or whatever to see the
Yeah,
Escapist
yeah, we
trailer.
can just grab all these links, I guess, whatever.
Yeah. All right.
And then we got a trailer for Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind,
Mm,
so more for that.
I can't
Again,
wait for the reviews of that.
yeah,
That's
like
gonna be
I
great.
am kind of curious on how that'll do, just because
Uh,
of course Morrowind is so loved, and
yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online,
And
I've
Elder
heard
Scrolls
mixed.
Online is so hated.
No, I wouldn't say it's hated. I mean, I've
I
never actually heard anything bad about it. I mean, I haven't heard anything like it's definitely hasn't reached like Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, or any of the Elder Scroll games praise, but I haven't heard any hatred for it. So
I don't know. I heard a lot of negative comments coming from Jake about it. That was a
well,
long time
that's
ago though. So, I mean,
yeah, and you know Jake,
yeah,
he's
I know, but I mean,
but anyway.
I'm not gonna play it because it's Skyrim shit, and I don't play Skyrim games. So,
Yeah,
all
well,
right, go
you have a lot of
ahead,
problems. It's okay.
go ahead.
Mass Effect. So
Instantly 10 times happier.
yeah. Well, first off, there's some
Sad?
not
Question
not
mark. I don't
sad.
think it's really
I mean,
sad. I
at
think it's
this
just
point,
like,
it's so close that it doesn't really matter. But they were gonna have a multiplayer beta. They announced it last year on November 7th because that's N7 day, which is important for Mass Effect, and they canceled it. So,
oh
eh.
darn.
However, if you have EA's Origin Access, on the 16th, you'll get access to 10 hours to play the game, like until the game is released. So that's 10 hours for you to play.
Hmm.
And sadly, tomorrow I think is the last day, or like tomorrow for us is the last day to sign up for the free Origin Access week. So
Then we
you
better do
can't
it.
get that.
We better do it so we can play some of the games
But yeah,
they have.
we do. Although I think you need to actually add like all the credit card information and stuff. Like
Oh
you can
god.
cancel it, but still, I don't really want to
Okay.
give EA all that.
Never mind.
But
Battlefront's not worth it. I'm good.
yeah, and then their Mass Effect Andromeda is having a day one patch, but the day one patch hopefully that they want to be able to release it on the 16th, but that may or may not happen. But if it does, that means the day one patch came out before day one, so that's pretty
All
uh
right.
that's fast. And they've had two big gameplay uh like demos. I don't know.
Uh,
I couldn't think
leaks.
of the right word.
Spoilers. There you go.
Yeah, but
Sure. Call it a spoiler. Whatever.
whatever. Yeah, there was a 17 minutes of like combat gameplay that really had some polarized, like a lot of people were unhappy with it for various reasons. Like they don't like the character. It was a loyalty mission for one of your side characters,
Hmm.
and a lot of people just didn't like her. Uh
Just didn't like
again,
her.
like a lot of like the actual like dialogue for your main character was cut out, so it's not like a complete thing, but still 17 minutes of combat. Also, the person who played it was apparently doing stuff like really wrong because I haven't played Mass Effect in a while, or at least 2 and 3,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know the Andromeda combat system. I don't know exactly what he was doing wrong, but I think he had like 3 assault rifles, which like makes your cooldowns take forever to do.
Hmm.
So people were angry about that. And then there was a 13 minutes of like the first 13 minutes of the game, which it didn't show a whole lot, which was disappointing. But we saw like Natalie Dormer's character, the doctor that I mentioned last week, and
Mm-hmm.
just some going around.
Just general stuff
Yeah,
to see. Hmm.
yeah. They
All
get
right.
to spoiler alert. They get to the planet that may be Earth, like the new Earth in Andromeda, and like they
Ah,
can't go there for some reason, and it sucks.
they
And
can't
there's
go there because
chaos.
reasons.
Oh yeah, there's chaos going on, like explosions or something. They crash. I don't know. Into like this weird space cloud.
All
And then
right.
they also
This
did
weird space cloud. All
yeah.
right.
Then they did a developer log on exploration, and the way they were talking about it, it seems very similar to Dragon Age Inquisition's exploration, where you find like places to set up home bases, and then like you have a huge world for like with quest hubs around, and you get like various quests from around there. You gotta raise the planet's habitability rating by doing quests there, and then you'll get more stuff there.
Neat.
Yeah,
So
looks
it's kind of
cool.
like a set up your own little camp there, and then that camp gradually becomes more populated.
Yeah,
That's pretty
something like
cool.
that.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's like I just played what the fuck? What game was I playing earlier that I was having problems with the sound with? Oh,
Primal,
Far Cry
Far Cry.
Primal. It's like you can do these missions and shit where you burn down these like enemy camps or whatever, and then increases your population and stuff. That sounds
Y-
kind of similar to that.
Yeah, I think
Just
Far
a
Cry 3
little.
had something similar. You capture like enemy bases and then your people get it.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, all right. So the next one we got to talk about here is Turok 2. That wonderful, wonderful game is being remastered. It's the remaster is going to come out, or at least they want it to come out on March 16th. There's also going to be some new new content that's going to be added. Uh, yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
I'm pretty.
multiplayer modes.
Ooh, multiplayer, awesome. Good
Yeah.
old fashioned dino killing stuff. I never played Turok, but
I played
just
like
because it's
there was one that
dinosaurs
came
that
out a
I
few
play.
years ago that I played the demo of, and
Oh yeah, mm,
but I
I heard
mean
about that one.
that game was probably crappy compared to the originals.
Yeah, well, I mean, most probably, yeah, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you can thank Iguana Entertainment and Night Dive Studios for the remake or
Remaster.
the remaster here. So,
Yeah.
good old fashioned dino killing, am I right, Joe?
Yes.
Gonna be so much fun not playing it because I'm not gonna be able to buy it. Actually, I don't know how much. How much is it? It won't go on sale for like a bunch of money, will it?
I'm gonna figure like $20.
Yeah, I think like $20. I think
Yeah.
that would be a pretty fair pricing for an old game, even if it is
hmm
remastered or whatever.
Yeah. But skipping from remasters to an actual remake, they've released a trailer for System Shock, which is one like well, I don't know necessarily about System Shock 1, but System Shock 2 is like up there with like Half-Life 2 and Deus Ex as being, the greatest PC shooter games of all time, greatest RPG for Deus Ex and System Shock. Also, again, I don't know why I've done that. This is like I know, wrong link. I did the same thing yesterday on the Tech Podcast,
Oh man,
and I
you
think it was
just
actually the
you get
same
to.
link that I put on somewhere else.
Oh
I
my
don't know
gosh,
why that happened.
you get so excited about Andromeda. You just got to make sure. Hey, here's the link to that Andromeda thing. By the way, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay, Joe. We're not as hype as you. It's okay. Don't
I'm
worry.
pretty hype. I'm not.
He's
This
pretty
isn't
hype.
quite.
For the
This isn't.
longest time, he wasn't hype at all, and now like that we're approaching the deadline, he's like super hyped, and it's like it's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not Fallout 4 levels of hype because
oh,
that was extreme hype, and I was
ugh,
kind of let down by that.
that was a big
But
drop.
this
This
probably will still be a drop. I don't know.
Joe's finally got something to look forward to in his life. Fucking Andromeda's coming out soon.
Yeah.
I gotta
But
play
anyway, that.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do. You really do.
yeah, I'll play that
I've been
this.
replaying the first one, and I'll go and do the second and third, and
Oh
it's fun.
man,
But anyway, System Shock. We were talking about that.
System
Uh,
Shock. Yeah,
yeah, nice pre-alpha trailer. Had some
yeah.
cinematic gameplay stuff going around hitting the alien,
Hitting
zombie,
the
whatever.
things.
Yeah,
Hitting the
whatever showed,
things.
and it showed Shodan, the main antagonist, talking down at you, saying how insignificant and worthless
You
you
suck,
are.
nerd. Get wrecked. Hee hee.
Pretty
All that shit.
much.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
And
He's
also,
just a
they
shit talker.
originally
Just ignore
originally
him.
they were using the Unity engine, but now they switched to Unreal, which may be good, maybe bad. I think Unreal is probably a better engine, just because
Probably.
that's what I've seen
Yeah.
from like most games that use the Unreal Engine just seem to be better than Unity. Not to
Yep.
say that Unity is bad. There have been great
Yeah.
games in Unity, but Unreal just
Just
seems
yeah,
more professional.
Unreal's better, or
Hmm.
well, more professional, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this next one. Maybe I'll spend all my money on this. So there's
Maybe.
been a price drop on the Oculus Rift. If you don't know what the Oculus Rift is, virtual reality stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So there's been a $200 price drop. That's a hell of a drop in price.
With the money you save, you could go buy 2/3 of a Switch.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. It's $598. That includes the touch controllers, which are, you know,
Yeah. It's like
controllers for the Oculus
it's
Rift.
kind of like a Wii remote, but for like both hands. So you kind of
So it's like
like
your
just
hands.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
the PlayStation
Whoa.
Move, I think it was that had it, or
Yeah.
just all those controllers that you have one in both hands and you use.
Yeah. It's in case you don't want the controllers because you don't plan on playing any games on it. It's gonna cost you $500, so you're only losing like 98. Which honestly, you might as well just go ahead and get the controllers if you're gonna pay like. If you're already gonna pay $500, you might as well pay 600 and get the full, experience.
Yeah.
Uh, so hopefully this will lead to some of the competition of the Oculus, and hopefully this will lead to them dropping their prices, and we won't have to pay so much for VR.
Yeah. So maybe the Vive will
Maybe,
go down price,
yeah,
or
like it'll just become a common thing. Like,
mhm.
oh, dude, did you get the Oculus Rift? Of course I did, dude. Of course. What do you
Yeah.
think I am? A square? God, why am I talking like this? I'm so tired. Uh,
Yeah.
all right.
Now, these
Continuing
two
right
stories,
along. I'm
these
gonna
two
let
stories are connected in a good way,
the
in that they're
connected.
both games published by Paradox Interactive, the people who did Crusader Kings 2, which is one
Oh
of my favorite
boy,
games ever made.
Paradox. Love it.
I know.
Totally love
I
it.
know. Well, first, new City Skyline expansion is coming out. They released it, and it's about mass transit. And so you
So,
got stuff. You got like boats. You got like cable lifts going up mountains. You got
you
monorails. You can
got
get like,
boats, you got blimps.
dude, they're blimps. I mean, who doesn't
Blimps.
want public transportation to be hosted by blimps?
Oh,
I mean,
cool.
like Hindenburg was a great blimp,
Yep.
and then
And then, nothing.
actually, was that a blimp? Was that a zeppelin?
It was
I
a
think that was.
Zeppelin, I believe, but
But zeppelins are kind of
blimp,
blimp-like.
Zeppelins are big blimps, basically,
Also,
aren't
the
they?
trailer was constantly rhyming, and rhyming is fun.
Constantly rhyming.
No, like you'll need to go watch it if you haven't already. And it's
I see the link is actually called City Skylines announces mass transit expansion with rhyming trailer.
cause it's a rhyming trailer.
How creative of them. I like that. That's cool. That's something that draws you in. Now they're gonna get so many more people buying their game.
Yeah, they went all
Oh
Dr.
boy.
Seuss on us, and
Good old
it'll
good
pay off.
old Dr. Seuss.
Hmm.
Alright, Stellaris. You played
And then
this game,
yeah,
right?
they've did it. Yeah, the trailer for the new Stellaris expansion, which apparently they're saying like this is the first major expansion. Which they had one. Well, they've had like two prior DLCs. They're like major DLCs for this. One of them adding like new end game stuff, and one of them adding a new like species type.
Huh.
And I thought like I didn't think the first one was necessary, which was the species type, which was like plants. I didn't think that was necessarily like an expansion, but I thought the end game one was. Apparently, this is like the first official expansion. So
Huh. Cool.
yeah, it's got like
I
they said
still
stuff about like mega structures and perks for ascending your species and stuff. Yeah, sounds kind of cool.
Huh. Cool.
You should
I
get this
still
game.
need
It's
to
really
yeah.
fun.
How much? It's like $40 or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe I'll buy it. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like if you have the money right now, you
Give
could
it a
like buy it, play it
yeah.
like 2 hours, and refund it if you don't like it.
Give it a little bit of a chance, you know. I'd like to,
Yeah.
think that I would like it and not just like instantly refund it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
so Twitch
Oh
is the next thing.
boy, this is actually pretty interesting. I like this one. So, Twitch is now going to add the ability to buy the games that you're watching on Twitch. You're watching a streamer. You can now buy the game from Twitch, and it's going to be playable through the Twitch launcher. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like
Like
crappy
if I,
Steam.
yeah, yeah. What?
I mean,
What? What'd you say?
nothing.
Huh? What'd you
Nothing.
say?
I didn't
No,
say.
I
I said
seriously didn't hear you. I was like, I didn't hear you.
no. I said crappy stream or Steam.
Crappy Steam. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said crappy stream or something like that. I don't know what you said.
Oh no. I was talking about our stream
Oh
actually that we
yeah.
did the other
Shit.
day. Hey,
Awful.
you should go
Terrible.
watch it. It's on our Twitch.
Don't.
Nice. It's
No, I'm
just
just kidding. Go check
Andrew
it out,
playing
man.
Minecraft. Me and Nick are talking with him.
Yeah.
He insults me when I leave. It was nice.
He insults me when I leave. Uh. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, partnered Twitch streams can earn 5% revenue from the purchases. Developers get 70%, and Twitch potentially gets about 25% of all purchases.
Yeah.
So,
It
potentially.
seems like a
of
pretty
course.
high percentage. Like I don't
Well,
know
it
how
seems like,
Steam
yeah,
does it,
I
of
don't, I
course,
don't
but
either. I don't know how Steam does it, but 25%. I don't know. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. So the
yeah.
so the streamer could wow.
Yeah, so I mean that'll
Streamer actually gets money if you do purchase it. Like, it's only
yeah.
5%, but I mean, if it's like a 60
Although it
hour
seems
game.
like it seems like only like higher up
Yeah,
streamers
yeah, yeah.
be able to benefit from that.
Well, partnered, obviously, so they have to be high up.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But
hmm,
I don't know. I think that's good. Like it's good
I
for
think
them.
it's
They'll get a bit
yeah, it's
extra bit of money.
good for Twitch, good for them.
But like some things I've seen people talking about, like someone might talk good about a game even if they don't necessarily like it because they're hoping
Hmm.
people will then buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see.
This seems
All
like your
right.
territory.
Yeah, this is more my territory. Even though I have not played her, I have seen a video on her of like gameplay. So, in case you didn't know, but if you have the game, I don't know how you couldn't know. There is a new character on Overwatch. I believe she is only on the public test region as of right now, but basically she's a giant robot that looks kind of like she has a human face, but then she has like what I can only assume are supposed to be like elephant tusks, like uh I don't know, like on her face. uh just go check out the link to the article in the description to see what she looks like. But she's an omnic, so she's a robot person. She is classified as a tank, but she gives buffs to the team like a support, and she crowd controls a little bit too. So she's kind of a supporty tank, which is pretty cool. She's like a combination of Bastion, Reinhardt, Mercy, and Zarya. And let me explain why. Her primary fire is a huge machine gun that's like Bastion when he's in his turret form. It doesn't quite shoot that fast, but it is pretty. I think it's pretty powerful, and it has 200 bullets, and it fires in a similar way to Bastion's. Uh, she can place a shield. That's one of her abilities. Uh, that's how she's comparable to Reinhardt. Of course, Reinhardt, he can move around with his shield. This one, she just places it on the ground and it's there until it gets broken or removed or whatever. I'm assuming that Sombra ult will wipe it out, and I'm assuming like that it can be damaged. Uh, Her ult creates a giant area on the map where all allies get a damage boost. It's like Mercy's Empower, her alternate fire on her Caduceus staff. Instead of healing, she gives them a damage boost. So it's basically that. And then one of her ability, I think her ability is to shoot a ball that has a gravity field around it, and it pulls people towards it. And it's kind of like Zarya's ult, but it moves slowly and it pulls them. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't played it, but if I had to take a guess, I'm assuming that this is going to be a super annoying thing to play against because I can already feel like the headaches coming from having a tanky Bastion with a damage boost ulti and a Zarya ult all in their kit, and I'm just like imagining that this just is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that just sounds
It just sounds
terribly.
so bad. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe she's like super slow and her gun takes like it doesn't do a lot of damage, or maybe it's like hard to kill things with. I'm not really sure, but it just sounds really, really unfun to fight. It's like trying to fight a, I don't know, just, I'm just imagining a tanky, I don't know. I'll have to try it out. I have to update it sometime. I just have not had the patience to upgrade or update the PTR because I just don't like. I just don't really feel like it's fun anymore. Also, I'm back on GTA now, and I've been playing League a lot more recently since Warwick's update happened and all that stuff, and just like guys haven't been on a lot. You have, but like Andrew doesn't get on a lot, and Nick doesn't get on a lot to play anything, so I've just kind of been playing League by myself or with John.
It
And
hasn't been good for you. I'm
no,
sorry.
it has
Has
not
to be
been.
said.
Today has been a rough fucking day. Pretty got a long shift at work. Learned I'm gonna be out of the job pretty fucking soon, like within a few months. So I gotta find a new job. Come home and all my family's here, and I gotta sit around and listen to them. And oh god. Then I have a problem purchasing GTA. Like, it's just so much not fun. And I uninstalled it, and now I have to reinstall it in order to fix my issue. It's just not fun. I need sleep. I need to like go to bed and not have to worry about this stuff for a little while. All
Yeah.
right, enough of self-loathing and trying to get people to pity me. I don't expect pity from you people. It's okay. I'm fine. I got it all under control. Don't you worry. Aaron's still gonna have videos pumping out for you. All right, let's move on to the next story. I believe this one includes the Force.
The Force. Yeah.
The
So there's a
Force.
Star Wars event coming up. Star Wars Celebration is being held on April 13th through 16th in Orlando, Florida. So I'm close. Just not close enough.
Hey, I'm super far away. Woo!
Yeah, I live in like that unfortunate spot where I'm like 2 to 3 hours from like every major place in Florida, but it's just 2 to 3 hours, and it's just so far away.
Ah, come on. That's worth it. I think.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't know.
like 2 to 3 hours from Comic Con when it came close here, so or
Yeah,
comic convention wasn't Comic Con, but I was 2 to 3 hours from that, but we still went, you know.
yeah.
We just
Well, you also
gotta.
have friends.
Well,
Also,
well,
I
it
don't I
was
don't know how
actually
much
my
this
friend's.
costs.
It was my friend's mother, so I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't like it was us. We didn't have our licenses yet, but
yeah, of course.
whatever, you know.
Yeah, but they're gonna have information about the upcoming movies and games and stuff. So
Yeah,
specifically looking at the games, there are three Star Wars games kind of coming. I don't know, not necessarily soon, but near enough that we know about them. So there's Star Wars Battlefront 2 version 2, because Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out years ago, and
yeah.
it was better than the Star Wars Battlefront that came out like a year ago.
Uh huh.
But that's not the point.
We're not here for grudges, okay?
Yeah, then there was that third person game that's being made by the Titanfall creators. We talked about that a couple episodes ago.
Hey, I remember that.
Yep. And then there's going to be like an action type game that's being headed by one of the developers from the Uncharted series of games.
That
And
is,
like
I I'm happy because I know the Uncharted games are really good, really actiony,
yeah.
right?
Um,
That's what I'm thinking of, right? Uncharted.
yeah, with Nathan Drake and
Yeah, Nathan Drake. I was
climbing
gonna
stuff.
say like a Drake with
Basically,
Drake's Fortune, right?
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of.
basically like the Tomb Raider game that you've been playing. It's like that.
Yeah, it's the male counterpart to Tomb Raider. Gotcha.
Hmm.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, they have been like saying
Roger,
that
Roger.
they want to make sure that you understand it's not like it's not going to be like Uncharted but Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to kind of distance itself from that, but at the same
Yeah,
time it
but
does
they're good
like
at they're like obviously they're very good at making action games because I know there's that's what Uncharted is known for. It's known for its action and its storytelling, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
I
but I
guess.
mean
I guess.
I think, it'll be cool if they have some good Star Wars games that are,
Yeah.
actiony and not just like either first person shooters or third person melee
RPG.
or well no, we need Knights of the Old Republic 3, but that
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 is
just
a
needs to
story for
happen.
another day.
I think you guys can all tell I like BioWare.
He
BioWare is
loves. Uh, Aaron
BioWare
over
is a
here
great
has
company.
played very, very small pool of games, and Aaron is all of a sudden being forced to branch out into the world. And
See, no, just because so many of these games are so great and you don't play them and
they
it's
are,
painful
and I
because
don't
I've
play
played so
them
many.
because I just don't play them. That's why. I
Yeah,
don't
like you
know.
own Crusader Kings 2, one of the greatest strategy games in my opinion ever
Yeah.
created, but you don't play it and you're like, oh, I don't like it because Jake and Joe slept with my wife and I had
They
6 stars in
did!
a row.
These backstabbing traitors. Like they were like I was like, okay, okay, I'll play as long as you guys don't like screw with me or whatever, and you were like, oh okay. And literally like 5 minutes in, everyone has slept with my life and I have so many little bastard childs and it's fucking like it's so infuriating. Like, come on, man. I was asking you as a friend to teach me how to play and you fucking betrayed me.
I mean, I did the same thing to
Brutus.
Jake.
So,
Yeah,
that doesn't mean anything. Just, god
and
damn it.
Ethan.
Well, you know what? Ethan's different because Ethan is Ethan, okay? You're allowed to do
Yeah.
it to him because it's funny.
So yeah,
It's kind
a
of
little
like,
little off topic, but buy Crusader Kings 2 and play it and love it, and it's
okay,
great.
well,
They've got a Legend of Zelda mod that puts it in Hyrule. They've got mods that put it in
don't
the
buy it at
Witcher's
full
world.
price.
They've got yeah, don't buy it at full price for
Buy
the
it for
first
like
sale. Okay.
$2, I think is what I got it for, right? Or no,
Uh,
did Jake
no,
buy it for me?
Jake probably bought it for
I
you.
think Jake bought it for me,
I
yeah.
think I bought it. I bought
And
it
he
for like
paid,
either
because
Ethan
it
or
was,
Holden.
I think you bought it for Ethan. And Jake bought it for me and like Andrew and Nick, because he bought like a
Ye-
5 pack or some shit.
Yeah, I
Gave
don't
it
I
to
don't
like
know
a bunch
how.
of people. I don't know. I can't remember. That was a long ass time ago, and I
You
haven't
also
played
you
that
also
game
own Europa
forever.
Universalis 4, so you should
I
play with
do, and
you can play it sometime.
you tried to teach me that game, and I was like, Joe, I'm getting bored.
It's
That's
because
not good. I don't
you
find that kind of game fun, and I apologize that my views are not. What's the word I'm looking for?
appreciated.
No, they're not that they're not appreciated, but they're not like
Oh,
the
because
same as
I
yours.
don't
I
appreciate your
don't know
views.
what I'm trying to say. Just I need
Compatible?
sleep, Joe. Yeah, sure, compatible. That works. Whatever. I need sleep, Joe.
Well, you know what else is gonna be experiencing a long sleep
A
with
long
no hope
sleep,
of
the long
return?
nap, sleeping with the fishes.
Arcade machines. They're dying, you
They're
know?
dying.
Yeah.
Slowly
So
but
I mean, like,
surely.
arcade machines, they used to be big. They were the thing.
They used to be popular.
But ever
Not
since
anymore, buddy.
then Nintendo came along and we're like, we so
Wow, I
you
can do this
so
all this
so
shit
you
at
had so you
home.
have arcade machines, but what if you could play games at home?
Yeah,
Actually,
you have to pay once.
Atari did that first, but then they screwed up and caused a gaming crash, and then ET was responsible as well, and that was just a disaster. Then Nintendo came along and was like, no, 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 we can do it good.
The
And,
profit.
and now, of course, in recent years they've they've had quite a few blunders.
Yeah,
But maybe the Switch will turn it around. But anyway, arcade machines.
hopefully.
So
Arcade machines, they're dying. That's not
yeah,
good.
yeah, they use like cathode ray tubes to run the games. And I mean, like you can use like LCD and all the newer technology, but it
LSD? What?
LC
I know what you said. I just
Okay. I
I
thought.
saw the opportunity and I took it. Okay.
Okay, I was just worried. Like, did I say that
Did
wrong?
I say LSD tubes? Oh God, no.
Am I revealing my
My
dark
what?
past as a drug
Nothing.
user?
What?
I mean, no.
This is why I live where I live now. Well, I guess they know you live in Florida now since you said it's in Orlando and you're like 2 to 3 hours
Yeah,
away.
yeah. We said this before. We got the Indiana crew, and then
Oh
there's me over in Florida.
shit! I know where I'm from. Fuck.
Well,
Look,
they've
I'm
known it
not
before.
proud of it. Okay.
I'm not proud of it.
I'm just
Okay.
kidding. I am proud of where I'm from. If you don't like it, you can kiss my country ass. My
Mhm.
corn picking, shucking ass. Okay.
Yeah. You
So
come from
they're not
Indiana,
producing
known for.
LSD tubes anymore.
No, no, they
Not
are. They're
producing.
not. Not making CRT,
Oh,
cathode
they're not
right
making.
tubes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so while you can use like other things, like because they weren't designed to have that kind of frequency and stuff, it often causes the games to. It just doesn't look right.
Hmm.
And various problems, and also like the glass that's used, like the actual screens, they're actually very difficult to make apparently, and so it's not really cost efficient for like any like one group to be like, hey, we'll make those because they're just not needed enough because the only place you'll ever use
Yeah.
them is for arcade machines. So
Exactly. You know, like, it's not like it's a multi-purpose glass that you can just use wherever. It's very specific to the thing. And I guess that's like that's what makes them like special is that they're like they have all these unique parts and shit, but that's gonna be their downfall too. Hmm.
hmm so
That's
so
kind of
in the
sad.
end,
I
like
hope
people.
like I know it's a
Yeah.
small market. I kind of like I know it doesn't really affect me at all, but I really wish that there would be some way to keep like because they're important to like gaming history. Like this is where this
hmm
shit all started. I know my dad always talks about how he would go to the arcade place in town and fucking play games and shit. And I would play arcade games when went to like a bowling alley or something. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, like whenever I went to like any place that had arcade machines, they weren't like arcade machines. They were, like the things, the racing games or the game, like you have a gun and you shoot the screen and it does all that.
oh yeah, well
And
they had
so,
those, but they also had like the the old school like Pac-Man and what was the what's the little tunneler dude? The fucking is it what? Oh god, now I gotta Google it. Is it is it called tunneler? No, it's not. It can't be called tunneler.
it's like Dig Dug or something like
Dig
that.
Dug, Dig Dug, dude. I played Dig Dug. That shit was so fucking fun. Oh man, Dig
Yeah,
Dug. Oh, I remember
yeah.
that game.
Like the oldest arcade machine I ever saw was it was a Simpsons arcade game.
Yeah.
I was so mad. It was at a Pizza Hut near where I lived,
A pizza.
and then they got rid of it, and so in like fourth grade we had to do a letter, like we were learning like business letters, and so I made my business letter to Pizza Hut saying that they should bring back the Simpsons arcade machine because that was my favorite thing about going to Pizza Hut.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
cute. That's adorable.
Yeah, but even then I think, well, that's probably like an old enough that it was an actual like arcade machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like now I mean they can still use like, computers like inside the arcade machines when you screens and stuff, and they can kind of like replicate it, but it's not going to be the original, which is a big thing that is going to be upsetting people and whatnot.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So on that depressing note,
Yeah, on that, I was gonna say that's such a sad way to end a fucking podcast. Arcade machines, the fathers. Well, yeah, it's not really the fathers, but like the basically the fathers of modern gaming are just gonna go all kaput eventually, and they won't be repaired ever. I mean, at least we'll
yeah,
still have the thing, and we have all the knowledge of like we could remake them, but there's just not smart to like cost like money
yeah.
wise. Hmm. All right. Well,
On
uh,
that note,
on that note, hope you
we
guys
if you want to
enjoyed.
find something that's less sad, you can go check out our YouTube and VidMe channels. There's LyteByte Studios and LyteByte Basement for all your gaming stuff.
Oh
And you can
yeah.
follow us on Twitter. where we might have more positive stuff. I don't
Hopefully,
know.
I think
And
so.
we have a
I
we have a
think Holden's
website.
Holden's a pretty positive person, right?
Yes, yeah. We have
I
a
think
website.
so.
Nick's a pretty positive person, so
Yeah,
that should be
Nick's.
positive.
Yeah,
And
I'll
there's
tell him to
Discord.
put a bunch of pluses on the website for no reason, just in the background.
Yeah. And then we have a Discord where you can come
And talk, and we can all be
contemplate the fall of
depressed
humanity.
together. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can all be depressed together. Uh, have we fixed that link yet?
I think so, yeah.
Did we actually fix it? Like, people can like
Yeah.
you
It's
just so the code that you get, like, I know you can see it on the screen right now. That has to be put after the link, like discord.gg slash. Isn't it like discord.gg/join or something
I
like
have no
that?
idea.
I can't remember. Let me get a thing really quick. Instant invite. Hidden. Use copy
Uh
button. Oh
I don't know.
god, Andrew hit it, so it's god. God dang it. God, why
But
is it
anyway, we're
hidden?
gonna
I
fix
don't know.
that.
Whatever.
Everything's gonna be okay. You can
We'll fix
join.
it.
It'll be fun. We'll
We'll
see.
do it later. We'll do it later. We don't have
We'll
time.
we don't have time. We'll see you next week.
We don't have time. See you next week. Hopefully we'll be happier. Aaron will be less tired. Aaron will have all of his problems figured out. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.